It is Charter Local Edition. Brad Pomerance here at the League of California Cities annual convention in Long Beach, and we are joined today by Greg Pettis. He is the Mayor Pro Tem of Cathedral City in the Coachella Valley. So I want to speak with you about Proposition 64, which is the initiative that would legalize marijuana for recreational purposes. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think it passes.
Oh, I believe so.
I think it passes. And I want to get a sense from you what Cathedral City is doing in preparation for the likely passage of Prop 64.
Well, we've already legalized dispensaries, cultivation, and manufacturing for medical marijuana.
I want to ask you about that because not a lot of cities have been willing to do that. I mean, Riverside, for example, the city of Riverside in your county went to the California Supreme Court so they could argue that they should not have to allow medical marijuana dispensaries in their city as a matter of land use. They won 7-0.
Absolutely.
So as a matter of land use, you could have said no,
Absolutely.
but you said yes.
And each city should be able to determine what they want to do. In Cathedral City, our council said yes, and very strongly.
Why? I mean, and I'm not criticizing, I'm just wondering, what was the thinking?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of seniors in our community that have health issues. We have a large HIV population.
Yes.
They have health issues.
Right.
So we wanted to be responsible stewards for our residents. And at the same time, we wanted to do it right. So we spent 2 years researching, going through things, writing the ordinances the best way. But when we did it, we also looked forward to when was this going to be legalized for recreational. So we drafted everything in anticipation of this proposition.
So let me ask you, how have the clinics, the medical marijuana clinics, how have they operated? You know, you hear this parade of horribles that, there's criminal elements surrounding them, and maybe that's true in some places, maybe in Cathedral City. What have you found?
We haven't had any issues at all. I mean, we've been very careful in terms of who we get the license to.
Sure. How many clinics?
We have 3 that are operational now, but we have a lot more that are in the queue that are going through the process. And in fact, in cultivation, it's been amazing. In process, we have 2 million square feet of cultivation somewhere in the planning or approval process.
And let's talk about cultivation because, look, that could be a revenue source for you. Presuming legalization, good grief. Explain to us what you're doing, presuming legalization in terms of storefronts and what you're doing in terms of cultivation.
Well, as I say, we're allowing the dispensaries now for medicinal.
Right.
We have written the ordinance so that if recreational takes effect, we will also be able to license for that.
Will those medical dispensaries be able to convert?
They could convert, or they could split their units in 2 so that have a Suite A, Suite B.
I see.
Because it'd be different licenses.
Right. Oh, okay.
The cultivation could be for either one. And so we're licensing those right now.
What's interesting is I understand it under 64, I guess medical would not be subject to certain taxes, but recreational would?
Correct, from the state.
From the state.
But the local is able to tax.
And is your ordinance in place to allow taxing?
Yes.
Either way?
Either way. And in fact, we've asked the voters, because we have to go to the voters to get approval for any tax, we've asked them to give us a limit, a high limit. And then the council can lower that.
How do you make sure, though, that the tax isn't so great that it's cheaper to buy on the black market?
Well, we want to be competitive. And so we're looking at what other neighboring cities may be doing.
Okay.
I mean, we're looking at this very much as a market-driven thing. So we haven't put limits on dispensaries. We haven't put limits in terms of cultivation. If they can meet the zoning requirements and they can pass the background check, they're going to get a license.
And what about sister cities, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Rancho Mirage? Are they allowing medical dispensaries?
Desert Hot Springs is.
Desert Hot Springs?
And Palm Springs has allowed it, but they're very restricted. They've allowed 5 licenses at the moment with no cultivation. They're just doing dispensaries right now. And then Coachella is beginning to have discussions about opening up for
Did I say that out loud? I want to get a sense from you as to, presuming Prop 64 passes, do you see a proliferation of applications for retail outlets? Is that anticipated?
I think there will be, but again, with any kind of retail operation, good business people are going to survive and
Right.
bad business people aren't. So that's why we weren't concerned necessarily with how many applications came forward, because the good people are going to rise to the top and are going to make it.
I want to talk about getting to the Coachella Valley. I live in Los Angeles, and I love the Coachella Valley. I love visiting. My parents have a place in a city nearby, Palm Valley, Palm Desert. It's called Palm Valley Country Club, and it can be tough getting out there, but soon it won't be, because we are looking at a new rail corridor service. Tell us about it.
We've been working for a number of years on this, and we're very excited. The federal government, Department of Transportation, has been very generous in getting us some money for all of the environmental work. And we are just now within a couple of years of actually starting a brand new rail line that's going to go twice a day into the Coachella Valley and twice a day back into Los Angeles from
Union Station, presumably.
From Union Station.
That's huge, because right now, what's the rail service?
It's 3 days a week. It gets in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the
Not
stations
efficient.
are there's only one station now. With
Which
this
is?
in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
With this new service, we'll have at least one more station in Indio.
Okay.
So we're actually going to be doing some sample services, some trial service, beginning this next year for the music festivals, for the Coachella and the Stagecoach Music Festival, to begin to get people used to coming out
Now,
using trains.
are you laying new track, or are you using existing track and simply adding rail cars?
Just adding rail cars. We're using existing track from both BNSF and Union Pacific, and we're just adding additional service. So we're working with both freight systems for scheduling.
Who's going to run this line? Do we know yet?
We don't know yet, but we
Okay.
believe it'll be the Losan agency, which runs the service from San Diego to San Luis Obispo.
Oh, I know that line.
Okay. So it'll be an Amtrak service,
Amtrak, okay.
but it'll be run from a government standpoint by the Losan agency that runs that.
And what about pricing? What's your sense? I mean, do the cities in the valley have a say in pricing?
No, Amtrak will set that price, but we're anticipating it's going to be about $28. So when you look at that versus gas prices, plus wear and tear on the car, plus 3 hours on the road.
And is it like a fast train, you just LA right to the valley, or is it stopping?
There will be a few stops, but there won't be very many. We're anticipating a stop from LA to Fullerton, Fullerton to Riverside, then San Bernardino, then Banning, and then into Palm Springs. So it'll be very simple, very easy.
What will this do for your community? What do you believe will happen as a result?
But it certainly be used for tourism.
Right.
Getting people in and getting people out. But I also look at it as a way for our residents, and we're very tourist oriented. So if you're not in the hospitality business and you want a good paying job, you're going to get in your car and you're going to drive 2 hours a day going in and out to Anaheim or LA.
Now you can go downtown,
now
Union
you can go
Station.
The train.
Right.
So I think people are going to have access to jobs, get to the job and get home and spend time with their family. So for quality of life, it's just going to be just huge.
This is huge. 2019, 20?
We're hoping 3 years, but government takes
Hard
a little
to
time
say.
sometimes. So
Well, I am excited for the train service. I have a feeling I'll be using it because I really do enjoy your beautiful communities. His name is Greg Pettis. He is the Mayor Pro Tem of Cathedral City in the Coachella Valley. My name is Brad Pomerance from the League of California Cities Annual Convention. It's Charter Local Edition.